Hey guys, this is Andrew over at besttestscores.com, and today I'm going to show you how to solve this SAT math problem. Okay, so here is an SAT math problem that is not multiple choice. This is one of those fill-in-the-blank answer questions. So you have to come up with your own answer, then fill it in, and then bubble in the corresponding numbers in the little bubble chart for your answer. But I'm going to show you how to answer this question. And this one's a little bit tricky. A couple of things that make it tricky are, first of all, again, it's a fill in the blank and not a multiple choice. So while that in and of itself doesn't make it difficult, quite a number of my students simply don't have the confidence to answer these questions. Without multiple choice there on the page, they don't believe that they can find the answer to this question. And that's simply not true. Another thing that makes this tricky is a large number of students just don't understand graphing and how graphing functions work. If that's the case, if you don't really understand how to go from this function here to this graph here, then your best bet to solve this problem is going to be to take this function and set it equal to this function. That's going to require you to either do some factoring or use the quadratic formula to fill that, to solve it, to get the possible solutions for x. That will take some time. The other shorter, simpler way to solve this is to graph it. And you've already got f of x graphed here for you. So the only thing that you need to do is graph g of x and then see where those two lines intersect. So g of x equals negative x plus 10. This is the graph of a straight line. The plus 10 gives us the y-intercept right here on the y-axis at 10. And then the negative in front of the x gives us our slope of negative 1. And so we can simply go, using rise over run, we'll go down 1 and over 1, down 1 and over 1, down 1 and over 1. And right there, you can see that corresponds to 7. However, that is incorrect. And that is yet another reason that this is kind of a tricky problem. The reason that's incorrect is because if you look down here, you'll notice that 2 blocks over is equivalent to 1. So each block along the x-axis is actually 1/2 and not 1. So we have to go back to this point where we just had our point on the y-axis at 10. And now that we realize that 1 block on the y-axis is 1 and 2 blocks on the x-axis is 1, now we can do the correct points here, here, and we realize this corresponds to 8. You can actually continue this line on down and get another solution if you want to, or if you solve this by setting these two equations equal to one another, you'll get 2 answers. One of them will be 8 and the other one will be whatever this intersecting point is down here. I hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments. Also, head on over to besttestscores.com and check out everything I have to offer.